Hey there, it's E Squared Photography. I'm Erin.
And I'm Emily, and we are here to keep things simple and fun.
Posing seems to be a big struggle for many photographers, and so we're here today to give you just 5 simple posing tips that can really transform some of your images.
And don't forget that every Monday morning we come out with new YouTube videos, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications of future videos.
And by the end of this video today, hopefully you can take away some sort of tidbit to your next senior session.
And make sure to stick around until the end because we have something special just for you.
All right, so now we are going to take you behind the scenes so we can actually physically show you these posing tips that we have for you. So let's take a look.
Okay, so let's talk about 5 different posing techniques when working with senior girls. So the very first one that we're going to talk about is putting your hands on your hips. So typically we always face our seniors sideways, so it gives the narrower side of them versus straight on. So we are going to first face sideways, and now when putting my hands on my hips, most girls tend to do it down here. But it's much more flattering if you move it up here, and even if you can, cinch in the shirt that you have. So the highest part of your hip possible, higher than you would think, or higher than you would naturally put your hand. The second pose is leaning forward. So whenever we're posing somebody, we are going to have them actually lean forward just a touch versus leaning back, and you'll see the difference in what that looks like. So we always say just lean forward a touch. Now we don't want them to do it too dramatic where it looks awkward, but just a tad lean forward can also help flatter it more. The third pose has to do with hair. A lot of times we have our senior girls play with their hair, and sometimes what they tend to do is if we say, okay, play with your hair, play with the bottom of your hair, they'll just like pull it out, and then it will look like they just have kind of a big huge chunk of strand pulled out of their head, when really what we want them to do is just kind of naturally just play with their hair like this, or even come up here and play with it like this, and actually do like what they would do, brush it back behind their ears, kind of just play with the bottom instead of pulling it directly out. The fourth pose that I want to talk about is the walking pose. So as far as walking goes, whenever we tell our senior girls to walk, usually we're giving them something to do with their hand, like play with their hair, hold their dress, but we always tell them to cross like this. It's going to look much more flattering in the final image, okay? Versus having them just walk normal, because you'll see in a second, that's going to look something like this rather than like this, okay? And then the fifth posing technique has to do with when we lay them on their bellies. So if I'm laying down on my belly, a lot of seniors, first of all, they just start by doing this, and we tell them to kick their legs up and cross behind their ankles. Now it looks like their feet are coming out of their head. So then we actually have them turn a little bit so we can see more of their legs, and their feet are now off to the side. So those are 5 hopefully helpful posing techniques when it comes to senior girls.
All right, hopefully that was helpful. Comment below and let us know if you have some sort of tip or trick that you use when you're shooting senior guys, senior girls, whatever it might be, and or if there is one that we talked about today that you're excited to try at your next session. Now, if you want full behind the scenes footage of us at actual senior sessions, we do have a senior behind the scenes course where we're taking you to 5 full senior sessions behind the scenes for the entire session, where we break down every little detail of what we're doing during the session, why we're doing it, all of this stuff, and then we show you behind the scenes in editing the images from that session as well. So if you're interested in that at all, make sure to check out the description below. And for in the meantime, go ahead and look at the description below as well, because we have a free posing guide for seniors just for you.
And if you like this video today, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend so we know to make more videos just like this one.
If you don't already, follow us on Instagram at esquared.photography, and we will see you next week.